In our readings this morning, as with every morning, particularly on Sundays, there's a lot of messages that could be given and a lot of messages we could delve into. This is Mission Live. You're with Roger from the MSC Mission Office. I want to look into these readings just a little bit briefly. In the first reading, God says to Moses that his name is I am. I am who I am. And that is the meaning of the name Yahweh. Because Moses had asked him, who will I say is sending me? Because at that time in history, there were many, many gods. So, which God is sending you? And God said, look, it doesn't matter what my name is, really. I am who I am. And that's enough. So it's an identity. God is identifying God's self in that way. Now the Galileans, they were rebels, brigands, seditionists, according to Pilate. And he had them killed. Now it depends what side of the fence you're on. And it's the same way today. There are many people fighting for their freedom. And in that sense you could call them freedom fighters or liberationists. They're on the right side because the government might be oppressive. Many incidents of that around the world today. Like what is happening in Ukraine. Putin is calling the Ukrainians Nazis. All those in government are corrupt. Giving them a bad name. Whereas the Ukrainians are saying, well, you're the invader, we're just fighting for our country. So it depends what side you're on. It's identity. And that happens many, many times, that those who are fighting for freedoms, fighting for something good, are branded. Same as in Russia, those who are demonstrating against that war are promptly oppressed and arrested. So what's their identity? And the fig tree. Well, a fig tree is a fig tree is a fig tree. But it's not bearing fruit. So the gardener was saying it was not being a real fig tree, it's not bearing fruit. Whereas the boss says, no. Leave it a while, leave it another year, we'll see. And so with people everywhere, in all kinds of different countries and cultures and stuff. They're on the way, they're growing. They haven't yet come to their full identity. And we have to give it time. And that's what we have to do with each other. We have to give each other time. Just on the fig tree not bearing. Years ago when I went to Mount Hagen, out in the backyard was this avocado tree. At that stage, still already a big avocado tree. Had never borne any fruit. So we could have said, we'll cut it down. But we left it. We didn't have that discussion, but it was there. Anyway, the next year, the year after I arrived there, it bore fruit. And it bore big fruit. And plenty of it. So that the branches were hanging down. And lots of the leaves fell off because all the good was going into this fruit. And beautiful avocados. So but the next year it hardly bore much at all because it had exhausted itself on the big crop. And so with all of these things we have to give it time. We have to give people time. We have to give time and space for people to grow, to change, to improve, to come to their better self, that inner self that I talked about last week. That inner self that is better, the self that God made us to be. And so with all these things, it's a matter of time and patience. And that's what happens on mission. It takes time. Thank you.